Are you ready? Yeah? Okay. All right, Coach. 2 great wins on the day. 2 shutouts, 13 runs scored. Just talk about the day in general.
Well, I mean, when you have dominant pitching like that, and especially from a freshman and a sophomore, it just sets up the day and the momentum to, get the clutch hits when we need it. And I love how we played routine defense too.
You guys have a shutout on the whole day. Can you talk about the performances by your 2 pitchers, Caitlin Felton and Grace Jewell, to make such a thing happen?
I think they really like to hit batting practice because shutouts equal pitchers BP. And so I think that's what they're going for. No, but they got ahead of hitters. They kept their pitch count down. We really reached all of our controllable goals of pitches per inning, first pitch strikes, and so that kind of keeps the momentum in our hands. And we got to utilize a couple of their other pitches. So it's hard to beat them. They throw with high velocity and they move the ball. One goes up, one goes down.
Michaela had a really strong first game. Can you talk about that and what does she need to do?
And what she needs to take Yeah. She's just really turning it on. I mean, this is who Lala, we call her Lala, has been and who she was when we recruited her. And I just love how she's starting to really get comfortable and not play like a freshman, I guess is the best way to put it. But she has big goals for our team and as an individual too. And she's the one out there working hard and very coachable, and you can see her getting better every single game at just the little things.
Playing 2 completely different type of games. You blow out JMU, which is an accomplishment itself, but then DePaul, they show why they're Big East regular season champions. Sarah Lehman's one of the better pitchers. You had an old school game, 2 sacrifice fly. How important is it to win in different ways? Probably a big day learning for your team.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely important. I mean, we got to utilize the bunt a little bit more, and that's something we talked about. We had been popping up the bunt, and I said, look, you can't do that in games like this. And then that's the inning we came in and got the bases loaded, and so their response is just awesome. And I love the experiences they're getting. It's like you said, the opportunities to play in so many different, opportunities to play in so many different situations is huge, and that's how dynamic we are too. So.
What would you say the difference is between James Madison and DePaul's pitching units? Because, I mean, runs were kind of at a premium with the DePaul game as opposed to James Madison, where you just keep going with it.
Well, the pitcher for James Madison has been teammates with some of our kids in their younger years. She's from Florida. They know her really well, and so I think that had a big to do with they were pretty aggressive early on the pitches they wanted to be early on. DePaul was kind of an unknown for them. They haven't seen a lot of film on them, just some stuff from the past, and DePaul, Tracy Addix does a really good job with her pitchers of mixing speeds, mixing sides of the plate, mixing up and down, and it shows that you don't need to have a burner pitcher to get outs.
Kennedy's really starting to look like Kennedy of old there with the home run there, and really has had a good weekend and playing third base. And then Carson Fryer and Ashley Griffin catching, splitting the duties there, doing a nice job. Talk about those 3.
Yeah, we're just, we really, they allow us to get people in and keep people fresh is really, what we want to do. We've gotten hit quite a bit, and we gotten hit by foul balls back behind the plate quite a bit. And so it's just allowing us to let people be fresh, and, they're each coming in and getting the job done, which has been awesome. So, the dynamic, the utility that we have, the speed that we have, and then the game IQ that we have, it allows us to move people around like that. And I'm seeing certain pitchers get comfortable with certain catchers, or maybe even vice versa. Certain catchers getting really comfortable with the pitchers. And so I'm liking how that's going too.
The players kind of talked about recovery between last night and this one. Of course, we spoke to you last night about this. So, but now that these 2 games are behind you, would you say that the team did what you would like to see from them, as opposed to what happened between Georgia and Minnesota? Like, did they do better at it this time?
Oh, absolutely. The reset button was definitely there. I like how they came out in the first game. Obviously, really aggressive, putting runs up really early. I think the biggest thing is the pitching performance and the defense. I mean, that can keep you in a lot of games. And the offense, like you saw, I mean, it kept us in the game enough for us to get the 2 sack flies. So, I'm very pleased with how they responded. And, now we'll see how they can get some sleep and play a later game tomorrow and, we'll have a fun game against the Gators.
Yeah, I mean, a big difference between this tournament and the CTX that you have another SEC team to face in number 4, Florida. Can you talk about what you've seen out of them so far this weekend? What you think this team needs to do in order to pull off a W in front of a sold-out crowd?
Yeah. Well, we just need to play our game and slow the game down if it starts to speed up. Florida's really physical this year. They have a lot of dynamics to their offense this year. We've seen all of their pitching, so it's just a matter of us making our adjustments when we need to and staying dialed in with that. But, from their offensive standpoint, we just have to play solid defense, place our pitches where they're supposed to, where they're intended to go, and keep a good mix-up.
Last question. Obviously, while you were playing, women's basketball wraps up the regular season championship, first conference title for them since '05. And indoor track won the conference championship. I know you've gotten close with Coach Abe and Coach Boone. Just what's it like knowing them and being on that that club together there? That's got to be you got to be proud of them there and the hard work they've done.
Well, first off, congratulations to both of them. I heard about track. I didn't get to hear about basketball, but super proud of them. And I'll just go and say that it's really inspiring and empowering to be able to be around strong women, both moms that coach and really kick butt too in what they do. So and they're awesome people. They're fun, they're funny. They both can dance and move too. So we keep it real interesting here at UCF. But just all the things that. It's kind of like the girls with their team. Our women with our team, they have their teammates. Well, I feel like those are my teammates, and we look up to each other, we challenge each other, we push each other. So it's awesome to be around that.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you.